Talitha Kumi. These are the words that Jesus spoke, meaning, little girl, arise. And Jesus said these words when the situation was very hard. A little girl had died. I'm talking about the book of Mark chapter 5 from verse 35. A daughter to a ruler of a synagogue had died, had just passed on. And before, when she was very, very sick in a critical condition, they sent for Jesus. I'm sure they had tried medicine and it wasn't working, and they said, no, there is Jesus who heals the sick. So they had sent for Jesus to come and heal her, meaning the parents really had faith. And Jesus was called and he said, yes, I'm on my way coming. And as Jesus was going, and him being God, there were many people who needed his help. And he stopped, and as he was still on the journey, a word came that, oh, don't disturb the teacher anymore. The girl is dead. And to everybody around, the situation was hopeless. But when the word came to Jesus, he said, no, let's go. So Jesus still continued in the journey until he reached the home of this little girl who had just passed on. And even at that moment, when the situation looked so hopeless, people were wailing, were crying, they were mourning. It was so sad. Everybody felt the heat, felt the pain of a girl dying so young, a girl full of life just dying like that. And you know the way it's very, very painful. And they looked at it. Why were they wailing? Because they saw it was hopeless. There was no even need of Jesus coming. In fact, they had sent somebody that go and tell him not to come. It's useless. It's pointless him coming. The girl is already dead. There is no solution anymore. Let's think of how we can bury her quickly because he's gone. Jesus reached at the same venue and saw the way they were mourning, the way they were wailing, and all the pain in everyone. And she told people, get out, all of you, get out of the room. And people left the room, and Jesus remained only there with the parents of the girl. And then Jesus said, Talitha Kumi, meaning, little girl, arise. They told the girl's about 12 years old. Little girl, arise. And because Jesus had commanded, arise. I mean, it's not pestering. It's not begging. He's not just pleading, please. No, he said, little girl, arise. And immediately, this girl opened her eyes. And Jesus holding her hands, she sat up. And she arose from the dead. She came back to life. And today, women, Jesus is telling us to arise. It's not a pestering word. It's not, begging you. It's a command that arise. Your situation could be hopeless. It could be a dead situation. Like for this little girl. She was dead. Dead, dead, dead. She was completely pronounced dead. The doctors around had said dead. The women looked at her and she was dead. Everybody around looked at her and the situation was hopeless. I'm telling you, when Jesus came and said, little girl, arise, she arose from her dead situation. Dear lady, that thing which is dead in you, that prayer life which is dead, that ministry which is dead, that witnessing which is dead in you, Jesus is saying, arise, arise, arise. It's a command. Women, we are commanded to arise and do the works of God, to arise and encourage somebody, arise and minister to somebody, arise and pray, arise and call on God, arise in your situation. It could be hopeless. Look around you. The young people around us, they look so hopeless because of the hard drugs they are taking. They look so hopeless because of the things they have gotten themselves into. But I'm telling you, woman, if you would arise, there will be a change. If you arise, there will be something that the Lord is going to do in your community, in your place, in your home, in your village, wherever you are. Arise in your place of work. You can arise. Arise from that dead situation. Jesus knew that this girl was dead, but he still said, arise. And what happened? She arose. Even you, if you will hear that voice and just arise as the way the Lord has commanded, you will not remain there. Your situation will change. All those who are mourning, who are wailing, who are saying it is over, they came back and said, oh, you mean she could come back to life? Because this girl arose at the command of Jesus. Today, if we will hear that voice and arise, arise from that discouragement, arise from that heartbrokenness, just arise, as the way the Lord has said, arise, and God will lift you up. When you arise, He will help you. When you arise, He is there to hold your hand. He'll not leave you alone. When He told this girl, arise, the eyes opened and she was still lying on bed, and Jesus picked her hand and she stood up. Then she said, give her something to eat, and life continued. Now she could eat. And now even after eating, it was a confirmation that for sure she has arisen. She has arose from the dead. And I want to say that today we can arise from those dead situations in our lives, and there will be a confirmation that for sure it's no longer dead. Something has happened. From the words of Jesus, arise. Woman, arise. God bless you.